Hi everyone, welcome back to the Evermore YouTube channel. It's Chris back with my rant stroke thought of the day. Definitely a rant, this one, and a rant about England. That is right. A rant about Gareth Southgate and his selection process. Not the first time I've moaned about Gareth Southgate. As you all know, I'm born north of the border, really. So in terms of national teams, it doesn't really bother me, really, in terms of that as a support Scotland. But as a football fan, and certainly if I was an England fan, this would really piss me off to the back teeth. You're looking at these players that he's selected, and everyone's asking the questions why. I'm just going to pull up the squad here just to talk about some of these names that he's included. Now, in terms from a Newcastle perspective, you can see that Kieran Trippier and Callum Wilson are in the squad. Weirdly enough, Nick Pope is not in the squad. Now, Nick Pope isn't injured, clearly, because he played for us. I don't know what that reasoning is. I haven't seen that reason. But that's a weird one as well. If he's just omitted Nick Pope from the squad, he's a better goalkeeper than Jordan Pickford, in my opinion, 100%. He didn't look like himself against Liverpool, but that's irrelevant. He's a much better goalkeeper than those three goalkeepers. I mean, Aaron Ramsdale, you could say, is probably, I would say, arguably the best goalkeeper in England, right next to Nick Pope. Certainly not Pickford for me, but this isn't the way Southgate picks these teams. He picks these teams based on how they've played for him in the past. And that takes me to the next selection of players I'm going to talk about. This is utterly fucking mental, this. And I don't understand how this bloke is getting away with this as an international manager. It absolutely blows my mind. Now, to my understanding as a football fan, and if I was a professional footballer for a second, right, the pinnacle of your professional career really is playing for your country. Yes, you want to win trophies, you want to win Champions Leagues, you want to do all that stuff, but you want to play for your country, and you want to represent your country, right? That is every young footballer's dream. This bloke is making representing your country an absolute shambles. It really is. I mean, he's picking Harry Maguire playing in an England defence. The guy can't even get a game for his club. It's absolutely ridiculous. Yes, he's called up Levi Cornwell in there as well. But I mean, for fuck's sake, what about Konza at Aston Villa or something? He's playing out of his skin. He's playing fantastically well. And you're picking this fraud. Now, he was asked about this in a press conference, and his excuse was that from the squad they've lost some experience. Tyrone Mings is injured. John Stones is injured, so he's gave some young, inexperienced centre half that chance. So Harry Maguire's been brought in as experience. You're thinking, what are you talking about? He can't even get a game for his club. Christ almighty, look at Dan Burn. Get Dan Burn in the England squad. He can play left back or centre half. Give him a chance. Why not? Certainly if you're playing, in an exhibition game against Scotland. I don't understand this guy's selection process at all. It's absolutely ridiculous. It really is. Then you go on to the midfield, and this is a farce in itself. Conor Gallagher isn't particularly great, in all fairness. He hasn't done brilliant for Chelsea. He's kind of playing out of position, kind of just runs around a lot, really, a little bit of a headless chicken. But the main two that really grabbed the attention on this one is Jordan Henderson, who has got to Saudi Arabia. I don't think he's played for his teammate in Saudi Arabia. Calvin Phillips, who's played no football whatsoever. Now, with Calvin Phillips, if Calvin Phillips secures a loan deal away to somebody else, right, be it Liverpool, maybe even be it Newcastle if they put a bid in for the last minute to play that number 6 role that we desperately need, right? If Calvin Phillips plays minutes, Calvin Phillips is a fantastic footballer, but he's not playing any minutes. He's not getting a game for his club once again. And he was rabbiting on in the press conference about some utter bollocks about double pivots and single pivots and all that shit. You're picking players, Southgate, who don't play for their football clubs. How on earth can you pick them for an England team? It's absolutely ridiculous. Looking at the forwards again, yes, you could say that the names in there grab your attention. Obviously, James Maddison started the season really well with Spurs. Harry Kane obviously moved over Bayern, is banging in the goals. Phil Foden's looked excellent as well. I like Eze. He's an exciting player, but he's really England worthy. And you look at a name that's omitted there, straight away jumps out the page at me. Where's Ollie Watkins from Aston Villa? He started the season absolutely superbly. He's banging in goals left, right, and centre. He looks quick. He looks dangerous, and he's nowhere near the side. Again, going back to the midfield as well. Where's Jared Bowen from West Ham, who's been superb, and James Ward-Prowse for West Ham have been superb. They're sitting at the top of the table. I mean, what is he doing? Why is he picking players who aren't playing for the football clubs? This guy is dining out on what he's done in past tournaments, semi-finals and quarter-finals. But his selection process is absolutely fucking ridiculous. It's got to the point now, I think, when the FA just have almost told this bloke he's got carte blanche just to do whatever the fuck he wants. Now, if I was an England supporter, I'd be absolutely foaming this. I'm not an England supporter. I'm still foaming this as a football fan. This guy is very, very close to ruining the future of English football, in my opinion. And people might think that's a bit hyperbolic and hysterical, right? But hear me out. So if these young players are looking at that squad and they're thinking, what's the point? I'm never going to get picked, right? If I was Scotland, Wales, Republic of Ireland, and Northern Ireland, I'd be out there checking grandparents right now if I was them, because you could be stealing players away from England and giving them caps. So this knacker can't call them back up. That's exactly what I'd be doing if I was with the football federations. I'd be out there just getting as many of these players into your team as possible. Elliot Anderson's obviously chose to play for Scotland. Now I know Elliot played for Scotland in the 21s, so I think he was always going to go down that route. He's got more chance of playing international football for Scotland than he has for England. Loads of other young players might follow suit as well. They're looking at that squad and they're thinking, what's the point of even hoping I'm going to get an England call-up, because this guy just keeps picking players who don't even play. He's already got the kind of big club bias in terms of who he's picking. If you're in Manchester United or Liverpool or City, doesn't matter if you're playing or not, he's still going to pick you. Jordan Henderson is 33 years old. He should be nowhere near that team whatsoever. He should be out of that team. Sean Longstaff was outstanding last season, didn't get a sniff. Joe Willock was outstanding, didn't get a sniff. And he just keeps picking these knackers time after time after time. And it's utterly ridiculous. And the press don't put enough on him. They're asking him questions. Yes, they're probing him now, right? But you should be saying to him, he's played no minutes for his club whatsoever. How can you justify picking Harry Maguire for England? Now, I know he does well when he plays for England, right? But he's not getting a game for his club. And Calvin Phillips the same, not getting a game for his football club. You cannot justify those guys walking in England teams. They're not even attempting to try to get in England teams. They're just walking into them. Raheem Sterling's been dropped. He's been outstanding for Chelsea since the season kicked off. He was electric the other day against West Ham. You couldn't catch him. Mikel Antonio was calling him Sonic the Hedgehog. He was that fantastic. This guy is an utter twat of a manager, who really is. And if he hadn't took England as far as he took them in the last two tournaments, the fans would be baying for his blood. I'm telling you that right now. So that's me done with my rant of the day on this one. I cannot believe this bloke is getting away with his own challenge. It just really gets on my tits. But that's me done on this subject. If you like this kind of thing, guys, consider subscribing. Predominantly, we do talk about Newcastle United, but we do have the odd rant like this that transcends around the world of football. Smash that button, come and subscribe. We're over 5,000 subscribers. Loads of room for you and evermore. We've got a live show every Monday at 10 o'clock. And we've got pop-up videos just like the rant. You've been watching there. Hang around, guys. Why not? Check us out. Have a great day wherever you are. We'll catch you later. Cheers. Bye.